In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. Efficient, and that is fucking efficient.
That's not
a Mexican
efficient.
pizza is not efficient.
Well, the Mexican, nothing that Taco Bell's efficient, man. Actually, Taco Bell as a whole is efficient.
No,
It's like, hey, man, I really need diarrhea.
the Crunch Wrap Supreme. Okay, all of you people that say Taco Bell fucked your gut up, you just have weaker genes.
Yeah.
Like I don't,
No, I
because it
just
doesn't
have
fuck with me at all.
Shitty guts.
It doesn't fuck with me at all. It's not my fault that you got inferior genetics.
Look at me and look at you, and then tell me about fucking inferior genetics.
I can eat a taco without being laid to waste. So yeah, I win.
I used to be able to do that.
Maybe he has a gluten intolerance.
Oh yeah.
No.
So again, weaker
No.
genetics.
It's not that. It's not that. It's called fucking Iraq bottled water.
Yeah, you
Fucked
should
me
be
up.
totally fine.
You would think that. I'm fine. Oh, I eat it. It's fine. It's just, my asshole disagrees.
Yeah,
Yeah. My guts are bad.
it's like the end of a mustard bottle.
Dude, it's never been right since my first trip to Iraq. My first trip to Iraq, after that, my guts have been fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why I get it's part of my claim, man. From the VA pays me for it because it's
Can you
well
Taco Bell?
documented. I was like, hey, man, what's going on with this? It's been a month.
I can't. Maybe that's why you do sock, shoe. Because if you did sock, shoe, you'd shit yourself twice. Each leg you bend over for. No,
But no.
Oh.
I do sock, shoe, sock,
you
shoe.
just said do.
do. I do. In my sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
That's terrifying.
We don't kink shame, though.
Somebody
No.
shit in my shoes.
There's
And it
no
wasn't the
kink.
dog this time either.
Oh, I know. We just don't care. None of us give a shit. By the way, I talked to Icy Tech about getting us a thing for the bar.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we just don't make them that small yet. And I was like, can you?
Even though, what's the smallest they make? A 25 quart?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
that's huge, man.
That's still a big cooler.
It's like this that'd be like this tall. I wouldn't be able to see you.
Oh. I got nothing.
I did ask though. I was like,
Yeah.
hey man, I keep forgetting to ask you. I was like, but is there anything we can do about maybe getting like an ice container or something that we can put on the bar to, give you guys like a call out? And he
I
was
think
like,
we should just go get
dude,
one of those tiny flip top igloos and just have them send us one of their badges. And we'll just stick the badge on
Right.
there.
I have a sticker this big.
No,
we
I
could
want a
use.
sticker. I want one of the 3-dimensional fucking icon, like the badges that they stick on the top of those, like on those coolers. Because, if I'm going to spend $1 bajillion on a cooler, it needs a metal tag on it.
I don't think they have
Makes
one.
it worth it.
I don't think Icy Tech uses them.
My Yeti only has a sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Shit.
the one that cooler company sent me that's on wheels and all that shit, they have like a
Was
metal.
that Big Frig?
No.
or-
it was I don't
You're
remember the
talking
name
about
of
your
it.
orange one.
Yeah, my orange and black one.
It's a good one. It's a good cooler.
Sure.
I don't remember who the
It's so
fuck sent it.
fucking heavy that it's useless.
Sure.
That's why it's on wheels.
Yeah. I remember when they gave it to you were like, thanks, this will fit right in my Mini Cooper, said
Yeah.
no one ever.
He was like, well, I'll send you one. What's your favorite color? I was like, it's orange. And he was like, why didn't I get a cup? Why do you hate me? What did I do?
Oh, I didn't know. I'm the only one that's not actively participating.
I
in
thought we
Sober
agreed
October.
that Mondays was like a pass because of how bad the show went last week.
It was pretty bad.
That was rough.
It was rough.
No, I'm good. You're good. You're
sure?
good. Yeah, I can be a
I'll
smart ass
get
about
you a
it. It's
glass.
fine.
I'm good
No,
for
it's
now. I'm good for now.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
If this starts getting fucking lame, though, I will get
See,
up
I'm
and
doing
get a
both.
drink.
I'm gonna have some rum, but I'm also
I have
gonna have
tea.
a soda.
I have
So
tea.
this is me participating in Sober October, and this is me just being me.
Like symbolically speaking, I'm participating.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, the guard dogs are after
Uh-oh.
something in the back.
Oh,
What do you fucking tell them?
get him. Get him, girl. Oh, we got Freedom Bird.
Yeah.
Wow,
But,
that dude's running late.
That's why he's in a hurry, man. Shit.
They're running in pairs, so you'll hear another one in about 10 seconds.
It might have just been close, too.
That's possible.
Yeah.
They've been running in pairs all day today.
They usually do, man. They have
Not really.
It's their wingman.
No.
Isn't that what how the pilot types do? They have a wingman.
I don't know if they do that in the training flights because we've seen Solo pretty regularly.
Just in case.
No, not just.
Justin's encouraging.
For when it happens.
Justin's a bad influence.
It's not an if, it's a when.
Accurate.
Well, welcome everybody to the Freedom Friends podcast. It's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. That'll get you a sweet 15% off. owellness.us. Those are got all these cool little tinctures and such. You can use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order over there. And of course, Icy Tech Coolers, the aforementioned cooler company that we were talking about a minute ago. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That will get you 10% off. Fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
Fuck boys. What are you guys doing?
They're sharing nudes.
How was your weekend?
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything fun?
Well, not really.
Had an event Saturday. That was fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
Redlands.
Redlands Cigar Company. Shout out to them. Hosted the launch of the Hero Sports cigar. Yeah. So I was over there. John, Scott, Dave, Justin. At some point somebody had asked where Jazz was, and I was like, Saturday's literally his busiest day.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I also-
he is definitely working.
I also had to fire a guy, so now we're down a man. So
Who'd you have to fire?
an employee.
Was it one of them with a nickname?
Well, they all have nicknames.
I know. That's why I was going to ask which nickname.
Yeah, they all have nicknames. So.
It wasn't to do with the tattoo, is it?
No,
Okay, because that would be fucking hilarious.
I think I'm stuck. I'm stuck with Meat Bucket till
Yeah,
till I think death.
I
Like,
don't think he's leaving, man.
Bucket.
Well, he's branded like cattle, so I don't think I can like. Yeah, he's there till.
How did you handle? So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Jazz hired a guy, and he's a good dude, and he tattooed Jazz's logo on his leg
That was before I hired him.
before you even hired him.
Yeah, before we even talked about hiring
Like,
him.
how do you fucking deal with that?
That's a modern day resume.
Yeah, dude. Like, for real.
I really
Like,
want to
what's
work
your
here. We're not
qualifications,
actually
dude?
hiring.
How about now? Be
Okay.
like,
Fuck yeah, I guess. Well, it's my property now, so I don't.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah,
you know.
he's branded.
Yeah.
If
It's either
he ever works anywhere else and be like, hey, there's my meat bucket. I'm gonna need you to get back on this side of the fence.
he works for you, or he goes to the train station. One
Yeah,
of the two.
those are the only two options.
Mhm.
I know it was actually an interesting conversation when it happened because somebody else was joking. I don't think they were joking. I just think they were trying to be creative with the solution, right? So they were between jobs and wanted to get into a game that we sell and didn't have the money for it. And was like, hey, would I get anything for life if I got my logo tattooed on you? I was like, my admiration, like, but no, like we don't have a discount program. So
Give
no.
you a high five
Yeah.
every time
Yeah,
I see you.
yeah. I was like, I'd tell people about you.
Crisp
but
high five.
You're not going to get anything for it.
Yeah, have you met my bitch?
And like an ongoing
Yeah.
like thing. And I was like, no, it's not like a discount program. I was like, sure, bring me your hand. It'll be a punch card. I'm gonna put a hole through it. And then when we get to 10 holes, and you no. So, and he was like, well, if I get your logo tattooed, could I get the starter army for that starter box for that army? And I was like, sure, man, but it has to be visible and it has to be the size of my sticker. And because I had 3-inch stickers at the time, so it was 3 inches tall by like, I don't know, 1.5 inches wide. And he's like, okay. And I was like, now being relatively aware of the cost of a modern tattoo, I was like,
Yeah.
literally would just be cheaper to buy the product and then go
I
get
was
this
gonna-
tattoo.
I was
So-
gonna say, like it's probably $100 tattoo.
And
How much
so-
is the product?
No, it'd have been more than $100. You obviously haven't been to a tattoo artist in a while.
That's true. I've
they,
not.
they are expensive.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. So Meat Bucket had heard me say this. And he was like, does that stand? I was like, sure, man, it stands. Like, you show up with my tattoo, I'll give you the fucking starter box. Literally 48 hours later, he walked in and had the fucking clear second skin over his leg and my tattoo on his calf, fucking 3 inches tall, 1.5 inches wide. Good work. Like, it is
I was gonna
perfect
say
line
it
work.
looks right on.
And but it turns out that some chick he knew in Houston was apprenticing at a shop and needed apprentice hours of slinging ink. And so she was like, if you show up, I'll
But it's not
tattoo
a
you.
complicated.
Nah,
it's not a
and
complicated
it's actually
logo.
good practice because it's all perfectly straight lines. Like it's
Sure.
so it's a good piece to practice on because you fuck it up at all and it's gonna look like ass because it's all geometric.
Sure.
And so he drove 3 hours to Houston,
You guys can't see it, but it's actually on Jazz's hat. He's
It is.
wearing his
It is.
hat.
We can't see it either. So.
Yeah. He drove 3 hours to Houston, got it done, and came back and walked in with it. And I was like, fucking A, dude. Yeah, go grab the box. Like, fuck.
Deal's a deal.
So did that. And then, I think like a month later, I ended up hiring him as a part-timer. But he works for the government too. So he doesn't really need the job. And he could have afforded the tattoo.
True.
But,
he could have afforded the box.
yes. So,
like,
and he flat out told me, he was like, if your logo wasn't cool, I wouldn't have done it. And he was like, but you've got a good looking logo. And it's not like he got my name, like the name of the store or anything put on it. It's just the logo. And,
well, it's like
like if somebody didn't know, they'd just be like, what, this guy got like a rune tattooed or something?
Yeah, because it's kind of, it's a Viking. It's a
Nordic.
geometric Viking shape. So
it's not as readily
Nordic.
identifiable as the people that get the various versions of Joe Rogan tattooed on them.
Yeah, that's just creepy.
That's
Like,
weird.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
even
If somebody
Rogan will
walked into
tell
my
you
shop
that's
and was like,
creepy.
"Hey, I had your face put on my fucking calf," I'd be like,
I'm calling the police.
"I will pay to have that lasered off. Like that needs to not be on your body.
Yeah.
That
my
is terrifying."
favorite was like early 2000s when people would get like the family and like the script cursive with the star as the A. You guys remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you'd see it, like you go out like and you'd see like 10 people in one night that have the same fight, and you're like, you all are fucking idiots.
Or just any kind of tribal.
yeah.
Just any kind of tribal. And I
The
fucking
barbed wire tattoo.
Oh,
The biggest
old
one that
barbed wire.
confused me were the people that got the Alpine Stars A done,
Yeah.
and it was like, what, really? Like, what? Out of all the brands out there, you're going with
Alpine.
chunky padded motorcycle jacket. Like that's the. I'm like, because those only sort of look right when you're on the bike and it's in motion.
Yeah.
But you see anybody in Alpine Star stuff like off of the bike, and you're like, what is this, Running Man?
It's like,
Like, what are you doing?
What's your intentions, sir?
So he got it. So yeah, I do have an employee that's brand, and it's pretty funny because every once in a while he'll be like walking through because he wears shorts a lot.
As you do. We're in
And
Texas.
well, yeah, he's also, I mean, he's 6'6", like 240.
Is he that tall?
Yeah, he's tall. He's really tall.
I didn't think he was that much taller than me.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
But he is a big dude.
He's a big
Yeah.
old boy.
Yeah. He's a very
And,
nice guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah.
And great employee. So thoroughly enjoy having him on staff. But he'll be walking around the shop and somebody will like see it and then they'll look at me and be like, does that motherfucker have your logo on his leg? And I'm like,
That's what I did.
and I was like,
I
I'm
looked
like,
down. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, it happens all the time. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, the fuck's you get for that? And I was like, y'all motherfuckers keep asking me whether or not I do a military discount. No. You get branded though.
Ironically, didn't he get the tattoo very shortly after Yellowstone got big?
I just think those timelines matched. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Yellowstone's been big for a while, right? And like, I'm
That's
really
been a
open.
couple of years.
Yeah.
But
It's fair. I just thought Jazz was really into Yellowstone for a while, so
No.
I
it
was
was
like, well, yeah. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy the show. Don't get me wrong.
It was a great show.
And but I watched it all and then like ran out of episodes. I mean, I got so big into it, I stole Kibby's. I didn't steal it. He gave it to me because I didn't want to get another subscription service, and Kibby had bought the whole last season on Amazon, so he gave me his Amazon login for my TV so I could watch the last season without having to subscribe to
Peacock.
whatever the fuck it was.
I think it's Peacock. Yeah.
And so then I watched it all, and all that. There just hasn't been new content, but I've been watching all the, like, I love the show.
It's a good show.
I'm looking forward to the new season because they dropped the fucking trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
And spoilers, he becomes governor. Shocker.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, it's a great show. But yeah, it is pretty. People have made the remark where they're like, "Who's claiming people now?" Like,
so if you ever
I've been saying manifest destiny, which I think I'm probably not supposed to say. But
if he ever leaves, do you get to just keep that?
yeah, I
Or-
get to cut the brand out.
Okay, cool.
That's what
I just
I
want to
say.
make sure. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fair.
Like just walk up to him with like a potato peeler and just be like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
today's the day.
That will,
Just shing.
100%.
from personal experience, a potato peeler will absolutely peel a chunk of skin off.
Yeah.
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 That's why I have a flat spot on the side of my thumb.
Dude, I've had pieces grow back. That's for damn sure. Because we fucking like when you're making old fashions and stuff, until you get good at that fucking peeler.
Yeah, it is zest. Yeah,
it will take a
up.
chunk. It will take a chunk out.
So,
Many a day is fucking trying to like do fruit with band-aids on my fucking thumbs and shit.
but to answer your question, no, I did not fire Meat Bucket.
Okay.
So
Why'd you fire this guy?
don't fuck my customers.
You should never shit where you eat.
Metaphorically or physically?
No, like actually.
Like,
Yeah.
So I have a very strict no drama rule.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't like drama in my store. I don't like drama in my personal life.
And
Like,
nailing a customer
I don't
would
like getting
possibly
into it.
cause some drama.
And the problem is that his decision injected both drama into my personal life and my business life.
Hmm.
And so literally that happened one night. The next day, that was it. Like it wasn't a, hey, we need to talk. Or it was just like, it was a 45-second interaction. And he knew when he came in and I needed to talk to him. And I was like, you made some decisions. He was like, yep. And I was like, and I have a rule about drama. And he's like, yes, you do. And I was like, so, and he's like, so that's it. And I was like, I need you to gather your stuff. And he's like, yep, no problem. This one's on me. And he gathered his stuff and that was it. And he left.
I respect it.
Was he cute at least?
No.
No, the customer.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just bad decisions all the way around.
Just ugly people bumping uglier
Yeah, it
things.
was just bad decisions. And
Alcohol is a terrible drug.
Yeah.
See if that dude was doing Sober October.
Maybe you would have been safe.
yeah, it is just, and he's engaged and it was just bad decision after bad decision. And I was just like, yep, nope. And so really what it came down to was
Justin, what the fuck?
we'd have had words if it had been with this bitch. Bro. The fuck were you on?
Who hurt you? Jesus.
But no, what it really came down to was an integrity check, and it was like, and you fucking failed, and you want me to leave my livelihood in your hands when I'm not here. Like you worked that store solo and shit, and I'm like,
He was a key holder.
yeah, and I'm like, if you're willing to make this bad of a decision that impacts your life at this, like, how bad are you willing to make decisions when it's going to impact not you? So
How'd you find out?
Check the cameras.
If it happened on premise, then that's a fucking one-way ticket to fucking Gonzville.
No,
but
so-
They were breaking in
his quote unquote his phone died for the exact period of time that his fiance couldn't find him, and when he was done having dinner and playing cards with this other girl, his phone was just dead for that window of time. And we have a big Discord server for the store, and all of his friends are on there because they all play in my store. So they were all sending me messages going like, hey, have you heard from blah, 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 blah? And I was like, no. Then, so I tried to call him and go straight to voicemail. So my instant thought is, great, he's in a ditch somewhere. So we're going to track him down. So I'm like calling mall security going like, hey, could you go drive around the back of the mall and see if his car is still there? And sure as the world, it was still parked in the parking lot, because they met at my store, hung out, and then left together. And I was like, oh, fuck no. You're not doing this whole like.
Did the fiance find out?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the ones that reached out. And I was like, yeah. So then it turned into
Never ends
this
well.
whole thing like, he's done this behavior before and and he's like, I'm just like, so what do you think? And I was like, I have no fucking opinion on
Yeah, I
this.
think
Like,
it's
I'm
not
going to
my
handle
fucking
my
problem.
business. And
Yeah, this is
but as far as
none of my business. Fuck.
as far as I'm concerned, he is no longer affiliated with the store. So
Yeah. So how does did you have to like how did you word the no drama clause in the employment contract, if you will? Like, is it like do you have like a thing they sign, or do you is it just a verbal agreement?
no, we actually have a handbook.
Yeah,
Like it's like a 7-page handbook for the store.
and it's written.
And it literally says in there, I believe the actual phrase is, any and all discussion of drama, bullshit, or non-business related shenanigans will not be tolerated within the walls of Battle Pub.
Nice. I figured like it was worded straightforward.
Yeah. And so, because we've had people that have tried to come in and like shit talk other stores in town and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Everybody's allowed to run their store the way they want to. Like,
Yeah.
we're not going to bag on them. It's their store. It's a city of 2 million people. There's plenty of room for everybody.
Sure.
Like, they can run their store. Don't do that shit.
Is there a game store on Nacogdoches? Down
Yes.
going away from the mall, down on the left.
Yeah, but it's like way down.
Yeah, it's way a bit
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I was driving. I happened to be driving down there the other day, and I
Yeah.
looked over and I saw something.
Yeah,
and
I
I
know
was
the
like,
owners.
huh.
Yeah, I know the owners.
Yeah.
They've been there for a couple of years. I think it's down to one owner now. There was 3 of them, but I think 2 of them got out and went back to work. They were oil field engineers or something. They designed like hardware boards for the controllers for all the shit out there.
So doing fine.
Yeah. And then they all like got out together and they were like, we're going to open a game store. And they did. And then they fucking 2 of them went back to whatever they were doing. No, I think it's just one guy or something.
Nice.
But they're, I don't know, like 10, 12 miles down there. Like,
Then the rest of the weekend, you laid carpet.
yes. But, yeah.
We got Kibby in the peanut gallery back there. In town from the good old in town from back east from Connecticut.
He flew in and literally the day he flew in, he stopped at the house the next morning. I was like, he's like, what are we doing? I was like, whew, we sweating today, son. And so
just soaking yourself in freeze gel.
I worked him like I wasn't paying him. Like it was.
Oh, he left me a voicemail. I got your voicemail. I was in Walmart, and for some reason, Walmart is a fucking pit of despair when it comes to cell phone service. So
you can stop it, despair.
Yeah, right. It's also, I almost took a picture and sent one to you guys today. It was a people of Walmart moment.
Awesome.
I didn't know they made I think she actually killed a cheetah to fit into those shorts. And
was it just one?
Fit in is a loosely used term because it wasn't really fitting very much. You could see both top butt and cheek. It was basically a belt that was about yay wide.
Wow.
And it was cheetah print. Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that. I was like, oh, didn't need that. Didn't need that. I just came from the airport too. Like I picked Haley up because she flew back in from back east today. I picked her up. And we went and grabbed some food and we went home. And I was like, hey, look, I gotta, pick up some shit for dinners and whatnot for the week. And she's like, cool. So we go to Walmart. And as soon as we walked in, I was like, look at that.
Let's see, it's when I go to Walmart.
Welcome back to Texas.
It's not normally a thing in that Walmart. That Walmart, as far as Walmarts go,
no, Walmart's a safe space.
It doesn't go 10 out of 10 people at Walmart. It's usually like a solid 6 out of 10 people at Walmart. Today was fucking a little higher, a little higher on the fucking board. But
yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna end up in a knife fight at Walmart.
Right.
But so Kibby came in, did the Lord's work on his first day here, and then he went up to Dallas, and then he came back, and he didn't even get to come back and rest. He flew back. He drove back yesterday from Dallas, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be around at like 2:00," and I was like, "I'm at the store," like because I'm like down an employee, so Caitlin and I both like work in the store, and I'm working on the other side or whatever. So he showed up, and he just went right to work. And then it was all day today. When we came here.
Heard he cuts carpet pretty well.
He does. It's impressive. He does good knife work. So if Connecticut's missing a serial killer,
we know where it is.
We know where it is.
You do sock, shoe, don't you? My man.
Yeah. No, we discovered he's sock, pants, shoe.
Yes.
That's even weirder.
Because
No, it's not.
no,
Totally makes sense.
ankle socks for us or knee socks for him. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Long socks are easier to put on with your pants off.
If you put fucking Cruise on Kibby's short ass, that's basically like knee socks for us.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No shows are actually boot socks.
Yeah.
So
Where's dress socks is pantyhose.
and then but what I can say is other than one display window, all 4,600 square feet is done.
Yeah.
So and it's official. I have this Victory cigar sitting in front of me. It's official. I have the largest play space in Texas for tabletop gaming because the hole has been punched between the two sides. So my store is connected now. So
Nice.
it's a little over 12,000 square feet, and had 2 different major game companies confirmed today that I'm the largest one in Texas. They don't have anybody bigger than me.
So you just did one doorway, right?
Yeah. So it's 7 feet by like 6'10" or something like that. The fun part is that it was supposed to be like a 90-minute job. And so we cut
Famous
through.
last words.
So we cut through one side, found exactly what we expected, which was the steel, like industrial studding. those crappy little steel studs, which you can take a pair of tin snips to and rip those things out of the wall.
Sure.
And there was insulation because there was an air gap between and I was like, yeah, this makes sense. So we pulled the insulation away and went to go run a drill through the cement board that we found to punch a hole on the other side so that we can then measure and cut from the other side and put an impact driver against that thing with a drill bit to punch a hole, and that thing just went and we were like, what the fuck is that? So then we cut away and peel away part of the cement board and found a 1-inch thick concrete slab between my two spaces, because it turns out that the space I'm moving into, they built the mall in phases. So I'm in the core of the mall. So that was phase 1. And then the far anchors were phase 2. And when they do phase building like that, they put these steel beams up and then they rock these giant cement panels into place. And that creates a temp structure wall while they're building like the anchor wing.
Yeah.
So
and they just leave it up because
and then
why
they
wouldn't
just
you?
build around it, and
Yeah.
that just becomes the divider for the two suites.
Yeah.
So then they just put drywall over it, and you're good, right?
Until you go to cut through
Until
it.
you
Until you go to cut through the
punch a
wall.
hole. Yeah.
So Leon was there, and that's why I was saying it was supposed to be like a 90-minute job, because Leon actually
Just
like
give him a ball peen.
not only is he a good carpenter, but he actually does cabinet work. So he was gonna we were gonna punch the hole, frame it out, box it out, make this big pretty doorway, right?
Sure.
Should have been 90 minutes. We were going to spend the rest of the day. He was going to drink beer and hang out and just have a good day, right?
Yeah.
We hit that concrete and was just like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
So he had to leave, go to New Braunfels, came back, and he was like, look, yeah, I just bought this thing. And he comes back with this fucking, you have to like hook a hose into it and shit, but it's meant for cutting concrete.
Nice.
Yeah.
Luckily, he had the tool though.
Yeah. The problem is, guess what we don't have inside
Water.
to hook up to this tool is the water line that's
Yeah.
supposed to run to this tool. So what we had was a painter's tarp taped to the wall being held up by a ladder, and me with a squirt bottle and him with this saw and me standing right next to the saw squirting nothing sketchy about it at all.
This is all allegedly speaking
Yeah.
OSHA.
And so we're cutting through this thing, and it's the old school cement board that has the steel mesh inside of it. So we're just like, we're chucking sparks and concrete like that, and I'm soaking this saw in water, and but it's cool because we were wearing sunglasses because iPro is.
It's important.
It was too
Oh, you
much.
d- you didn't
It was
do
too
this-
much for the safety squint,
Oh,
so we
yeah.
had to go to the sunglasses.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna ask. I was like, there wasn't a lick of safety gear in that store, was there?
No, my gooders saved my life.
There
Like,
it
that
is.
was- yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we got that peeled away to find 6-inch wide hardened steel beams that were holding the concrete, because they're concrete slabs. Like you can't just like,
Yeah.
so big ass 6-inch thick. And he was like, didn't bring the saw for this. So he leaves and has to go get this fucking thing that looks like the jaws of life and is just fucking wow. So that we're throwing like 20-foot streams of sparks onto my freshly carpeted floor and shit.
Jesus.
Like, oh God. So it was supposed to be a 90-minute job, took 10 and a half hours.
Good God.
So that was my
That's-
Saturday.
That's Murphy.
It's a fucking C4 breach.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it was
right.
rowdy, dude.
Right? Just go get a
And,
fucking satchel charge next time.
So that was that. And then but actually putting the door in, like to box out and put the wood frame and everything in, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
We were good to go.
Too easy.
Yeah. But it was 9.5 hours to get it. We also lost 2 hours in travel time because he had to go
Right.
get
Back
the
and
right
forth.
tools.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie, had it not been for Leon and just Leon's work ethic and him happening to have the right tools, it wouldn't have happened. There's
Yeah.
no fucking way if I'd have done that. Like, I'm pretty handy with a tool. If I'd have hit that concrete when I peeled the bookcases away and started cutting, hit that concrete, I'd been like, put the bookcases back. They're walking around. Like, there's no fucking way. And but Leon's the fucking man. So yeah, like literally, we're gonna hit deadline. We might be a little bit ahead of deadline, and it is gonna be entirely on the generosity of my friends and them giving up free time and
Good shit, dude.
and fucking doing the fucking Lord's work. Even one of my employees, Meat Bucket, who he's a teleworker, is offered. He did it today, and he's offered tomorrow. He's gonna work his telejob out of my place so that somebody's watching the store so that I can continue to work on construction and just not tell anybody that he's teleworking out of my store. So
Unless they're listening to the podcast.
Yes, if you can find the government employee known as Meat Bucket, then you might know.
I don't know. We've managed to narrow it down. He's a tattooed 6'6", 250-pound dude.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
I think he's safe.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that anybody who gives a shit listens to this.
yeah. Honestly, I think most government employees would be like, "Fucking good on you, dude! Like,
Yeah,
that was
right.
fucking well
Like,
done."
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah. So yeah, so he's offered to do it again tomorrow. I've got some other people that have offered to come in and help me because like I've got 168 2x4s that I need to plane into shape to build my tables, and I've got people that are like, "Dude, I'll PTO a day, just come in and help you plan it all out." And shit. And I'm like, "You good man, Charlie Brown."
Fucking A.
So yeah, we're gonna
That's
get there. It's gonna be good.
That's awesome. Congrats, buddy.
So, but yeah, so I'm gonna spark this victory because I'm now.
Oh,
Anytime
yeah.
that you can say that you're the biggest anything in Texas, that's
Yeah.
it's an
a big deal.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
While you spark that, Mikey and I had a conversation over the weekend
We did.
about a new podcast segment that we are very excited to tell
Yeah.
you about.
Yes.
why do I have a feeling this is either gonna be hilarious or it's gonna be something to try and embarrass me?
No, it's probably neither. It's probably not going to be fucking funny either. No, I bought some lav mics. Just for both my show that I want to spin up and because I think it'll just be easy, right? And also I was like, plus, if we have a guest or something, we could lab them up if we run out of mics or whatever and all this. And it's like, and I would like to lab Jazz up. So every time he goes to the fucking take a piss during the show, which anybody who watches the show knows that's 3 or 4 times a show,
It depends on what I'm drinking.
he can give us a play-by-play and just kind of just be like, oh, we're back in here. Then Justin had the idea. Go ahead.
So my idea is we have to do ad breaks anyway, but Jazz also needs to use the restroom. So we're just going to set up a GoPro in the corner of the bathroom behind you, and you can do the ad reads while you take your piss break.
Oh yeah. If you can be one thing.
It's efficient, man. It's efficient.
I just had the idea of Jazz in the bathroom, and you can
Cool,
just
like,
hear it
hey,
go-
have you slept on a ghost bed?
or like, man, I sure could use my new Manscaped right now.
You're just sitting there looking down, going like, Jesus. Like, I didn't even find it.
Fucking Lawnmower 3.0 needs to show up.
So yeah, y'all might see.
Use the code PISSBREAK for 10% off.
Y'all might be seeing some new ad reads from the Freedom Friends.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm in. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
That's the step towards my OnlyFans. I'll officially be on camera with my cock in my hand.
Baby steps, man.
Just
It'll be tasteful.
it's like starting in the shower.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a couple of buddies of mine over the weekend that or oil field guys, and one of their buddies is in the process of getting a divorce because
He's an oil field guy.
because of a TV show I'd like to spin up. I think MTV would probably pick it up. It kind of parody off the Real World, but it's called West Texas Whores.
That's History Channel all day.
But all it is just a bunch of hussies going out in the oil field towns, just trying to pick up the oil field guys.
I mean,
That's
that's
it.
That's called fucking Odessa.
Yeah, but you record it and you do it like Jersey
what
Shore.
channel does Real Housewives?
Yeah.
HGTV.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So you can just have the Real Whores of West Texas.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like
Not a full smile between the whole cast.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Speaking of whores, Dave,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in. Dave's obviously sitting, the attractive man to my left is filling in for Scott today. As always, we got our good old buddy Warfighter Dave hanging out. You and I got a trip coming.
Yeah.
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 It's going to be a long one. We're driving out to Florida.
Yes.
Go do some jumpy boy things next week. So actually, next podcast, I won't be here. Filling in for me next week, Mike Barker coming down.
Holy shit.
Going to fill in for me on the show next week.
No way.
You guys will have Mike Barker from Hero Sports sitting in my chair next week.
Did you tell him we start recording at 1?
I told him 4 so that he'll be here by 5.
No. We want to start till 6.
Yeah.
I'll tell him 3:30.
So just tell him it got pushed. We're starting. He needs to be here by 3.
Yeah.
Because then he'll show up 3:34.
Yeah.
And then we can. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
You're gonna have to find somebody to fill in for me, who's filling in for Scott. So
Big Jim.
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah. I gave Jim his present.
likewise.
Yeah. He was at the cigar event.
Yep.
As I'm pulling in. First of all, I'm pulling in and your sister and her dude is like walking in front of the car.
Yeah. You lay on the fucking horn.
She turned around and kind of shot me a look, and I was like, and I jumped out and just handed Jim the present I bought him. Now, the present I got him was kind of cool. Big Jim has a lot of dogs. He's got very large dogs.
Yeah.
You know, one of which is the father of
Big Jim
Jazz's
has
dog.
a menagerie.
He does. Yeah, he's got all kinds of shit going on, man. Fuck, I got a cat from him. Shit, you got a puppy. I got a cat. He's got a lot to spare. So I had a custom sign made, and it's him and his wife Julie sitting behind a bar, and their dogs are like up on the bar, and it says Jim and Julie's garage. It says like good friends, good times or something, and it's like bring booze and dog treats.
Yeah.
So. It's pretty good, but when I saw it, he needed it or he was going to die.
Yep.
So, you know, it's just a thing.
It's a thing.
He needs it. He needed it.
Yeah, I hit him with his Christmas present as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
gave him a Christmas gift already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've,
What'd you get him? Real quick, something you guys need to know about Mr. Dave Thomas here. Dave is a thoughtful motherfucker.
Yeah.
He is a thoughtful gift giver. All right. Like he sees a need, he exploits the need. Like, and for the guy who has everything, he will find something that's so fucking thoughtful that you'll just be like, fucking Dave, what a good fucking guy.
Right.
Like, so what'd you get, Big Jim?
Invicta did a limited run of the Marvel superheroes in large face watches.
Yes, they did.
So he got a Captain America because we all know Jim's history. Motherfucker should be Captain America.
Yeah. Captain
Right.
America had all fucking 10 fingers though.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah. I think he's more like Hulk post second snap.
I mean, if you've seen him with his shirt off, the
I just
motherfucker is
watched Endgame
red.
today.
So he could be Red Hulk.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but he was in the Hummer this weekend. So he asked me to hang on to it and he would collect it later. So it's sitting in on the desk. Get a break.
I
grab
like
it.
Invicta watches.
I,
I'm a fan.
They're good.
Yeah,
the first
they're good
the
watches.
first nice watch I ever bought myself, I still have, and it was an Invicta Pro Diver, one of the automatics, one of the first automatics, and that was Jesus, what is it, 22? So 23, maybe 24 years ago.
Yeah.
It was one
They
of
make
my
good stuff.
first paychecks.
They're actually one of the few companies that actually still makes their own watches.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's most of the other companies out there, they're made by somebody else and they just brand them.
Yeah.
It's like Invicta, Fossil, and Rolex are like one of the only 3 companies left where raw materials come in and like watches come out
Didn't
the other
Tag
side.
too.
No, because Tag is made by Fossil.
Oh, really?
Fossil makes the movements for like 80% of the watches out there.
Really?
Yeah.
They just got to a point where like, fuck it, we're gonna make our own shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they make a bunch of
I have a bunch of Fossil watches, and they all died within like a matter of a couple months.
that's the biggest problem is Fossil makes a hell of a movement for other people.
Yeah. Because I have
And,
a Tag that I've had. That was my first big watch was a Tag, and I
Yeah.
love that fucking thing.
There's a lot of watches out there that people sleep on. They're super good. Invicta's build quality is fantastic. They're great watches. I bought my wife an Invicta. It's a pure mechanical. Like you have to wind it.
Mhm.
Like it's a true mechanical and it's fully skeletonized
I
and everything.
respect that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of their watches are super good.
and they're not very expensive.
No,
Like
they're
even
not.
I kind of felt bad because I found my old Pro Diver and I was like the main pins and the band itself had snapped years past. So it's just been all the pieces in a bag.
You could literally walk into an Invicta store and they'll reband it though.
Yes.
Like right there. Like they'll just be like, here you go.
Yeah. And I remember what I gave for it when I bought it all those years ago. And then I see what they're going for now. And it's like a third of what I paid for it when I bought it.
Yeah.
Their stuff is.
Yeah.
And if you can catch them on their sales, that's like really
you can get an automatic Pro Diver for less than $100 bill right now.
Mm-hmm. And they're great looking watches.
Yeah, they really are.
And then they have some luxury level ones that are like, sweet movements and GFT and like the whole 9 yards, beautiful bezels. And they those can get up there. Like there's some Invictas that are, they're pricey. I don't know. I love my Apple Watch, but I've been getting closer and closer and closer to getting rid of wearing a digital watch and going back to wearing like, it's horrible as it sounds, going back to wearing a big boy watch.
Yeah.
The ones that has like hands. It's like,
My Apple Watch has hands.
Mine does too. Like,
I just did the update and it changed my entire shit. I have to go in there and fucking close the ring.
But
as we sat there.
Now I'm thinking about going back to a big boy watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley just got the new one. She got the 8.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she had the 3 and it got to the point where like the
it just
updates
doesn't function anymore.
wasn't working anymore because fucking the racket that is Apple.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because
You know?
the other thing is that my new one still isn't here.
Oh, that's right. You
Because
guys pre-ordered it.
Orange band. That's literally what I'm waiting on is the orange band.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have it. And so I'm still in the window where I can just cancel it. Because for what I'm going to drop on that, I can like.
We give what, a 6?
Seven Nike or whatever the fuck it is. 7 Sport. The one with the red ring instead of the regular one. It's like waterproof and shit.
Yeah.
And like I think I'll wear it. I'm going to keep it and I'm going to wear it to like the gym and that kind of shit. But yeah, I'm thinking about going back to wearing real watches.
I'm a fan of watches, man.
Well, that's the problem is that I actually, one thing that the Apple Watch did is it stopped me from buying watches, which is kind of a good thing. But then I made the mistake of somehow starting to watch certain watch videos on TikTok.
That'll do it.
And now all TikTok does is show me watches.
Mm-hmm.
I saw now that we're talking about it, all of our shit's going to fucking pop up.
But, 100%. But like Kibby and I were chilling last night and I think it was like my TikTok was just like one watch video after another. And it was like current market on like what some of the Rolex GMTs are doing and stuff like that. And like, there's a lot of like price, like I can pick up some presidentials and stuff, no papers right now for like 3,800.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, which for Rolly is really low.
3,800 for a Rolly is super low.
Yeah.
If you
and
get,
it's only going to appreciate.
If you get sub $5,000, fucking my advice is buy it.
Yeah. And it's a Rolex,
like,
so it's only going to be worth more. Like it's.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that's why special operators all wear Rolexes. It's because no matter where you are in the world, if you need a fucking plane ticket the fuck out of there, you got something that you can fucking barter and make a decent coin on and get the fuck out of Dodge. That's why a lot of special operators
actually
rock
amazingly
them.
reliable watches too. Like,
Sure.
Extremely well built. Well, Breitling was started as a pilot's watch. They still make that rescue watch where you can pull that antenna out and it gives you a GPS location.
When you fuck it up though, getting it fixed is a fucking.
If you crack your crystal or need to replace the dial or anything, you're.
Yeah, I got a broken band on one right now, and I'm like, well, that's just gonna stay broke. That's just gonna stay broken.
The way my bank account said
I had my second hand fell out of sweep, so it was just like free floating. Because what they do is because it sweeps.
Why is it always 30 seconds?
They'll walk up and then they'll fall off the gearing.
Yeah,
and so I was like, Gee. So
they got to pull that thing completely apart. And
luckily, I had a buddy that works in the industry, and he was like, just bring it to me. And he like stuck in that little thing and like twisted the dial, and it popped the dial, and he took it out, and he just like took those weird little tweezer things and like reset the second hand. And then
dude, those guys might as well be fucking microsurgeons.
It's crazy.
I would almost I would trust one of those guys more than most actual surgeons.
Yeah, dude, like those fuckers are.
But he got my watch up and running again. So
that's a guy you don't want to play operation with. Like you're gonna lose every time.
Yeah, those little specialty tweezers they stick on there to like leverage all the hands out and stuff.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to take any of the back out. Like he just had to reset the second hand onto the gearing. So that wasn't so bad. But now my watch works again, which is nice.
That's
He
cool.
just sat there and shook it.
Started doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's it's a date just. It's not like it's.
You know, I saw a guy pull a pocket watch out the other day. Rock a fucking legit old school pocket watch.
That's a power move.
It was, you know what? Baller as fuck, man. Like I mean, of all places, I was at Academy, and it was just like this older gentleman. You could tell he was just like, probably doing
Do you
well
know
for
how
himself.
hard it is to find just a clean pocket watch?
Yeah,
Because like every pocket watch you find, it's like
it's got to be a hand me down.
It's got like pheasants or some shit on it.
His was
or
just clean-
whatever. Just like
clean,
just finding
regular.
like just a regular cased pocket watch.
Yeah. And that's what it was. It was just a little brass pocket watch, and he pulled it out of his fifth pocket of his jeans.
Yeah.
Which is technically what that fucking pocket was originally intended for.
My grandfather had a watch.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not made for dime bags and cocaine.
It's not
lighters.
a condom pocket either.
Yeah.
It's actually meant for watches.
Bic lighters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I
there you go.
bartended, but I'm dating myself. I used to bartend when you can smoke in bars.
True. True.
I always hid my Zippo in there.
Yeah.
But my grandfather used to carry a watch, but he loved the watch, didn't like wearing a watch. So he literally just had the band taken off of it and he just kept it in his pocket. When he
Yeah.
needed to know what time it was, he just pulled out. It was just the fucking head. And
Yeah.
he would just check the time and then put it back in his pocket. I was
Yeah.
like, technically speaking,
Pocket watch.
that's a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Like
Hook a chain to it. You're good to go.
he didn't even do that. He just kept it in there like it was a quarter. Like it was like
No,
the only
this
time
guy
he wore a
pulled
watch
it
is
out,
like if
fucking-
he was like taking my grandmother to dinner or something, and then he'd wear a watch.
Yeah.
But other than that, he just kept it in his pocket. And it apparently he started it when he was in the army, so that he didn't have shit on his wrists, but he had the timepiece. So
I had a CO that mandated everybody wear watches all the time, and he even wanted them upside down underneath. Like he wanted it like flipped like this.
that's how I wore mine.
Well, I did for a long time. But yeah, he like mandated it, and I always thought it was fucking weird. And I asked him one time, I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Light discipline."
Yeah, because you can do this, and the loom keeps it
And I was like,
interior.
and this is before Apple Watches and shit like that actually lit up, though, man. I was like, everybody's got
Depends on the loom.
Timexes, man.
No,
what the fuck are you
G-Shocks have
talking
been
about?
around forever, and you hit that
Yeah.
little button and they glow.
That's what I'm saying, like the Indiglo,
Yeah, but my
Timex or the
G-Shock,
Indiglo G-Shock.
my G-Shock that I wore in uniform, you hit that little G and the whole thing lit up.
Boop, yeah. Actually, I just found mine the other day. I think it finally died.
Mine's dead.
That
And now
fucker,
I was
they
looking
last
at it, and
forever,
like
though.
the rubber's all like dry rotted out and shit.
Yeah. I found an old shitty one.
But I think I got my $55 out of it, or whatever the fuck I spent on that G-Shock.
Sure.
What blows me away, have you seen some of the, like the gold G-Shocks and shit? It's a fucking G-Shock, and they're like $900.
Fucking Jeremy, my guy that I work with at Hero Sports.
Yeah.
He's got one. He's got a black and gold G-Shock. I saw it the other day and I was like,
So you
Bro.
work with an idiot.
yeah. I was like, that's a G-Shock. And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's a nice fucking G-Shock. He's like, thank you. I was like, I don't think it was the $900 one, but
Yeah, there's like a $900,000 fucking G-Shock. And I was like, bro, that is a Walmart watch. That's why I wore it. Like,
yeah, that was a PX special.
because
Back
I
in
could
the
go
day,
to the
bro.
PX, right, for like $49.99, no tax. Beat the shit out of that thing. Like,
Yeah. It was those and the Timex Iron Man watches.
yeah, 100%. It had the little logo on the top of the
Yeah,
Iron
like,
Man.
It was those two.
It had those weird timers in the corner that nobody knew how to run. It's like, I don't know what this does. Like,
Yep.
it just filled in
Yeah.
chunks. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it's counting. Like, it's,
I think it's a death clock. It's just eventually, it's when this thing dies, I'm also gonna die.
that's it.
That's what it was.
Once you put one on, that's
it's,
how much time you
it's
have
like
left.
Final Destination. It's just like
It's just
man,
counting it down.
Shit's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing one that is literally titled G-Shock Men's Casio that looks like the ones out of the PX, and it's going for $3,500 for
What
Fuck
the fuck?
G-Shock Casio.
Is that like a cross?
No,
Per-
Casio makes the G-Shock.
Yeah,
That's the company that makes the
It's
G-Shock.
$3,500.
$3,500.
I'm pretty sure Casio
What
entirely
the
exists
fuck?
on G-Shocks and those cheap little solar powered calculators.
Gotta
Like, that's
be.
the entire brand.
Yeah.
Because it's not like anybody's buying their old tape radios anymore or anything. Like,
God, I'm finding some that look like The G
The black rubber ones?
Like the rubber ones, they're black and gold. There's one for $4,700, $4,200.
Fuck, I'm gonna list on my fucking G-Shocks.
Yeah, right?
I'm about to put my dead one up there.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, dude.
Vintage.
Like mine's it's spent a year in Iraq. That'll
Yeah.
help.
Holy vintage.
Yeah, y'all
Did you
should
guys-
probably.
Vintage military worn G-Shock.
Battle tested.
If anybody's got some G-Shocks out there, y'all need to go fucking price check these because there are plenty that are well over $1,000.
That
That's
is bananas.
fucking insane.
Speaking of vintage, did you guys see the shit about the vintage original pair of Levi's that were found in a mine shaft?
No.
Original style, had the buttons in the on the waistband for the suspenders to hold on
Sure.
yards. $90,000 at a fucking auction.
Great. And now that person's haunted. Like what? It was,
You bought haunted
you
pants.
Can,
The sisterhood of the traveling pants,
you can
man.
track this down. Like this happened just recently.
For-
I found this I came across this just the other day.
yeah. So I haven't heard about this, but I did go down the fucking Levi rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because I watched that show, The Bear, about that that chef that goes back to take over his brother's fucking sandwich shop in Chicago or whatever. And when he needs money to buy the food, he's like making phone calls and he sells off like his vintage jeans collection and like raises all the money he needs to buy the beef for his restaurant or whatever. And I was
That's
like,
weird.
the fuck? So I started looking shit up, and yeah, there's like certain model numbers from this year to that year that are like they're fucking like $700, $800, $900 jeans, and I'm like, for Levi's? Like,
Look at his face.
Okay, so the jeans are from the 1880s
Yeah.
and were sold at an auction in a small town in New Mexico for $87,000, and they were originally bought by a 23-year-old. And
how do they know that? What?
I'm not sure.
No,
but
I think the person that bought them was a 23-year-old.
that's let me see.
He spent 87.
The
How the fuck
jeans-
does a 23-year-old have 87K
Trust fund.
just hanging out?
Not trust fund, OnlyFans.
Maybe.
I
Fair.
believe OnlyFans before trust
By the
fund
way,
nowadays.
apparently, boys, dad bods on OnlyFans
It's big money.
make good fucking coin. So, John,
Yeah, it's big money.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
what would two dad bods do?
It's fucking two dads, one bod. No.
Timestamp that one, Justin.
I think that one's probably already been done in some recesses of the internet. Jazz's face right now says a lot.
I'm just trying to stick with Navy tradition. You know, both my dads are Navy grads.
I don't.
Both my dads.
He's trying to figure out what to do with the erection that he's got right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the one bod thing. We're like, that's the
Intertwined, man. You know that thing we do when we snuggle?
technically speaking, you'd have to be two bods, one dad.
Oh yeah.
I would just call it my two dads.
But he's not a dad.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
This kid's just older.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if the internet's ready to see this.
I mean, I'm ready
That's a
to
whole-
I'm ready to retire, so I'm kind of like I'll crank into a camera for $100. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Right? Shit.
Jazz, I appreciate that like this idea happened and your brain immediately went into like, all right, how do we name this for marketing? Like,
He's a brand guy, man. That's what he does.
so. I think we should look at the VR space for it. I watched this fucking one of
Is
those.
that a belly button? No, it's a dick.
Us doing VR would be the most just traumatizing thing that's ever happened. Be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Whoa! Fuck! That thing almost hit me.
Yeah. I watched a little mini documentary about this dude that's he's making $380,000 a year as an avatar stripper in the metaverse. And it's a dude that made a female avatar and he runs a strip club of just him and he just dances and the avatar tracks his body. So it's a female body dancing, but it's him dancing. And because there's no, person limit on these rooms, he's like, I'll have upwards of 1,000 to 1,500 people that are all paying by the minute to watch me dance. I'm like, fuck me. Like that is
They're not even watching him.
nah.
They're watching the
And
Avatar dance.
And he never leaves the house.
What a fucking G.
Yeah.
What a gangster motherfucker.
Yeah.
Man.
And they were like, how often do you do this?
Dave.
And he was like, dude,
No.
literally said twice a week
Dude.
for like an hour.
I
and
dance,
he's making like
I dance like
300 grand
Eileen
a
from
year.
Friends.
I'll learn how to dance for $380,000 a year.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm willing to share this. We'll do shifts. You take Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Big boy does Fridays. I'm willing to fucking share this, man. Hey, let's just fucking do it.
Fucking, yeah.
I'm down.
I can't say no to that.
I want to be. I want my avatar to be a redhead. It's my only.
Okay.
Bro, I
The
got
other
a
thing
weak-
is
I got a
there's
weakness for redheads.
There's
I'd wind
nothing
up fucking
stopping us from
myself.
doing like a live session and then just having recordings that you can drop in on and just be like, hey, you can still watch it. Like, here you go. Not even there.
True.
Then y'all are just on Patreon showing the behind the scenes and make them pay extra for that.
Oh my
Super
God.
extra.
How fucking, you'd make more money that way than you would doing the actual
Do you know
avatar.
how fucking there would be some mad
Oh,
motherfuckers?
God.
You mean I jerked off to a cartoon that's actually a dude?
$100.
They'd be like, look at the Patreon. I want to make sure I send a direct message. Been a Patreon for 14 months. I still haven't sent that message. But I'm getting there. I'm still writing the email.
I can't wait for in like 5 years or so, these people that have these huge OnlyFans, but it's really just a dude that's just really good at like augmented reality or something.
Nope.
He just drops that bomb or
The
something.
absolute fucking units are these like guys that are starting these companies and they manage people's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
And
That's
they
where big
manage
money
like
is.
60 or 70 models and they're managing their OnlyFans on like their posting cadence. They hook them up with photographers and all this stuff. And then the firm is taking like 20% of what
Yep.
every single channel makes. But they're making like 20% on like 50, 60 channels.
Nice.
And they've got like full staff and the whole 9 yards. And they're like, yeah, we
That's got to be $5 to $10 million a year.
If only
each one of the founders of the one that I
If
watched
only
about,
I knew
they
a
were
camera
netting
guy.
1.2 million a piece. That was their take home.
and a
from what
media,
the company
if only I
makes.
knew a media guy and a camera guy.
I'm gonna need more than 20% to see your big ass moving like
I'm
that.
not talking about me. I'm talking about managing some of these whores.
I was like,
The horrors of Central Texas.
Fucking hey, dude, it's fucking
the
crazy.
real horrors of South Texas.
There you go.
now
There's
that,
so much money
that
out
is
there.
something I don't think the world's ready to see.
No.
There's so
No.
much money out there.
God.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so Haley was gone this weekend. She was out in Salem, Massachusetts. And she was out there with her best friend, right? And apparently she had never had swordfish before.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, you're in a good place for it
Yeah.
because Gloucester is right up the street. So
that is a steaky fish.
Mhm.
it made her sick.
Hmm?
Yeah. I was like, you went to a bad place
Really?
because that
I
surprised
fucking
me.
love swordfish.
Fuck yeah,
man.
dude. It's been years since I've had it.
I like any of the fish that's like that far like more steaky
Yeah.
version
Yeah,
of
like,
fish.
Dude, I fuck up some shark.
Yeah, shark, swordfish,
Tuna.
big tuna. Like
Yeah.
that's Gucci.
Ahi might be one of my favorite things.
I like tuna and all that stuff.
You know,
I'm
who's
not
got
a big flaky fish person unless you're feeding me like fish and chips, and then I'm like, yeah, fucking bring it on.
bring that cod.
Yeah,
Give me that cod.
like this cod.
Put that cod in your mouth.
Fucking yeah. Squeeze a little vinegar on my cod.
Yeah. You want some homemade tartar sauce?
Speaking of fucked up jokes,
Tartar
I
sauce.
found a show on Netflix.
Okay.
It's an adult cartoon called Big Mouth.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
I love this show.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I watched the first episode and
Dude,
I was like,
I've been a Nick Kroll fan.
Oh
for
my
fucking
God.
decades,
So
man.
there is a spin-off.
like, where has this been my whole
There
life?
is a spin-off called Human Resources.
Yeah.
And it's the spin-off show of the
Yep.
hormone monsters and where they work.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, there's like when Big Mouth launched, I watched the first season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they just cranked them out. I mean, it was like
There was 3 seasons in
in like a year.
a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fast.
Yeah, it was considering. Like Nick
And,
Kroll. Nick Kroll's a grinder, man. Motherfucker grinds.
The voice work doesn't shock me, and he voices, like 80% of the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
but animating that fast is just like, god damn. Like
Yeah.
I get that it's computer assisted, but it's still
Yeah.
like you're still doing the animation, and they cranked that show out.
Hell yeah, man.
It's so funny though.
God, I was dying.
Yeah. Like it's one of the few shows where I was legitimately like in tears laughing out loud because it is accurate as shit.
Yeah,
Like it is
it's
just
so
like,
fucking funny. Yeah, I love that show.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend. If you haven't watched Big Mouth,
Yeah.
Jesus, go watch that.
Fucking. I do the hormone monster's voice pretty good. Because he already kind of sounds like me.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, it's like, yeah. Hey. That's going to be the next intro to the
Yeah.
podcast.
It was just
The hormone monster.
monster.
In a world.
Oh shit, there's my dicks. Just
Which
so
we gotta shoot
fucking
that.
funny.
We need to do. There is a new intro in the works.
Yeah, when that show came out, my wife was just walking around going like, "Why do you smell so good?" Because I don't wear deodorant, and I only take bubble baths.
Only take some bubble baths. Dude,
Jesus.
the kid that fucks his pillows fucking kills
Just
me.
all of it.
man.
The whole show is just
dying.
fucking hilarious.
Dude, how far into it are you?
Like 6 episodes.
Yeah,
okay.
so you've met all the characters.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Almost.
God.
Almost.
Yeah, there's some more that get introduced along the way. The trip to Florida,
No,
Oh, yeah.
haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
terrifyingly accurate. Like
Yeah.
that Nick Kroll understood how to just be like, if we just took reality and juiced it by 5%, it's already funny enough. Like
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the things that nobody else talks about.
It's so brilliantly done.
Dude, the problem is that it's a cartoon. So Jameson, my son,
Oh no.
always wants to watch it. Dude. And I'm like, no, you can't. He's like, Big Mouth. And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, Sausage Party. I'm like, also fucking no.
In all fairness, Big Mouth is like, they're just his age.
Almost.
I mean, like he's barely younger than the characters on that show.
Yeah.
Because I think it starts in they're in like 7th grade.
Yeah. James was 10. He's a little young.
Oh, okay.
He's a little younger.
It's all the same.
True. Starting to worry about my oldest. I think I caught him playing with his dick the other day.
I thought you had a closet.
You gave him a
for
whole
that.
room.
Well, yeah, I do. He's got a jerk off closet, but this was in the tub. He was letting it fucking run on his dick, and he's laying there. And I walk in, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't even see the monster at full fucking staff." You know what I mean? And I was like, "What are you doing? Take a shower like a fucking normal person, you whack job."
Says the dude who publicly admits that he takes a shower to jerk off and
Right.
start his day. And then you're shocked that your
The
son's
apple
taking
doesn't
after
fall
you.
far
Like,
from the tree, buddy.
Yeah, straight the fuck down, man. I just wasn't ready to see that because fuck, that kid is blessed. Fuck, he's blessed. And not modest at all. He's like, check it out. Look at that. Look at this thing. What's up? Like, fuck, dude. It's like, hey, Dad. I'm like, fuck out of here, man.
it's not that I don't want to see it. It's just a reminder.
It's like, don't get me wrong. I'm proud of you. Fucking good for you. But Jesus.
And when I find your dad, I'm shaking his hand.
Right.
Because that's not mine. It's like, that is,
Dude, I've questioned that since day one. He was in the hospital after his circumcision. I was like, Haley, we need to talk. This kid is fucking already bigger than me. What the fuck?
Me, myself, and Irene, the grill scene in the backyard, the
Yeah.
cookout.
like he's walking in going like, I thought you needed to cut the umbilical cord off. Like this is
Yeah. Kid is fucking strong like bull. J-Mo, though, that one's mine. Yeah, he got the Irish curse. Poor kid. Parenthood. I had a good time with him this weekend. Just me and the boys, though. Just hanging out, watching TV,
they're good
eating
kids.
junk food and shit. They are. They're good kids. I'm very, very fortunate.
They're good kids.
And I look at how other kids behave, and I'm like, wow, I actually do have good kids, which is odd. Like, it's like,
One of
shit.
my favorite parts of my job is being able to fucking tell kids to fuck off.
Yeah.
People come in there and I'm like, you 16? No. Can't be in here without a parent. You're going, my parents down the hall.
Don't care.
Not in here, are they?
Is she in here?
Yeah.
Go get your parent. Go get both your dads or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just want to. Don't care. Fuck off.
We got that same rule here in the shop too. Hey, Kibby, where's your parents?
Sitting at the bar.
Kibby, you must be this tall to fucking walk in here, dude. I'm sorry.
Do what I want.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris Freeman Jr., you don't have a mic. All right. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah. It's really hard to take somebody serious when they sit in a chair and their feet don't touch the ground.
Hey, let's knock off the short jokes. They're all going over his head.
Jazz is gonna walk into his store tomorrow with all of his carpet fucked up. And Mikey, you can say goodbye to that fence getting fixed.
I know, right?
Thank you.
I said goodbye to that a while ago.
Thank you for helping me with my fence last year.
Yeah. I called Justin yesterday to tell him a joke.
Yeah.
I can't tell the joke on the show. No,
That's
I can't
fair.
tell that joke on the show.
I'm trying to. You could word it differently.
Yeah, but would it hit as hard?
Do you know what the hardest part about rollerblading is?
Telling your parents you're gay.
I used a different vernacular, but that's essentially it. I was going to say coming out to your parents, but yeah. Telling your dad that you're that you're
I had to explain to some people in the store the other day
You don't
what a
have to go
double
into
Dutch
it.
rudder was.
how dare them.
Oh, did you give them a visual representation of how it works?
I actually got them to participate.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's the only way to do it.
So I was like, here, grab my right elbow.
And I'm gonna
And I was like,
your
I'm going
right
to grab
elbow.
your right elbow. I was like, okay. And then I dropped my hand. I was like, now act like you're shaking my hand. And he started doing it. And I was like, he was like, oh. And I was like, now the trick is you maintain eye contact. And the first person to come is obviously gay.
Yeah, obviously.
And he was like, what? What? I don't. And I was like, when are you ready to start?
No, I was telling Justin though that everybody our age at one point or another had rollerblades.
Yes.
We had
Yeah.
a set.
Oh yeah.
I think I bought a pair, I don't know, when I was 8 or 9, and I wore them like 3 times. And I was like, I don't think my ankles should feel like they're going to shatter at 9 years old. So I
I had a pair of K2 fatties.
never wore them again.
Oh, so but yours actually laced up then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
So
the
the-
ratchet ones.
That's the problem. Is that if you were a kid and you didn't have enough money, you had the ones with those ratchet things.
That's where I was at.
And yeah, there's way too much movement
Yeah.
for the fact that you were in a 1/4-inch contact patch with the ground and now your ankle just has full mobility that's not supposed to.
Yeah.
I played hockey all grown up. So when there was no ice or snow, roller hockey.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
I didn't know it was gay until like I was in high school. And then like,
So I don't think ball hockey players that use rollerblades, I don't think that's
no, that's what I was saying. Like
The
when I got
thing,
to high
right?
school and I realized that I was like, oh,
it's the dude who's going out and just to rollerblade.
yeah. And his
That's the
Adidas
problem.
track pants and
Yeah, that's
Yep.
therein lies the rub, right? But I was like, literally everybody around my age at one point or,
the-
another had a pair.
or the flame patterned button up shirt that just wasn't buttoned. They just had the fire around the bottom, just
I
out
just got
rollerblading in
a
circles.
mental picture.
And it was like, yeah. And it was just like, yeah, with the visor.
Everybody did it.
Yeah.
Everybody like everybody went through that phase where we thought that short sleeve button up shirts undone looked cool.
with puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Got a Hurley t-shirt or something, even though you've never seen the fucking ocean. It's like dickheads in Nebraska that have like Salt Life on their fucking.
Oh, they're
it's
all
like,
over the
oh, I
place.
know. The Salt Life people bother me.
Or the ball wallet chain.
Oh yeah.
And then for some reason, wallet chains just started getting like, it's like
Yeah.
it was like just a dog leash that was
Like,
just
the
like, it was
longer,
like-
the more
it
ridiculous
was
it
like
was.
Jesus.
Do you have a wallet? Do you have a chain wallet on?
When my wallet's in my pocket, yes, I have a wallet.
Yeah, but yours is like that long.
Yeah, no, it's
Like people that like ride and wear a wallet chain because they ride
Which
and
is
they
why
don't want their
the
wallet
chain
to be like
is
down
originally
35.
a thing.
So it's like this long and it attaches from like the wallet to their back belt loop and it's
That's like if I took Kibby's wallet chain and put it on me, that's how it would work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd like it would. The chain would be like this big on me.
but I'm talking about the ones where it went from like the front belt loop to the knee
Yeah,
and then back up. and reached the wallet that was still in the bottom of your Jinko pocket that also went to your knee.
And the best part
That's why
is-
you needed the chain. You needed to fish it the fuck out of
That's
there.
what it was for.
Well, the best part is the people who had those, that chain and wallet was worth more than what they had in their wallet.
Oh, 100%.
Any day of the-
100%.
any day of the
Yeah, oh,
week.
yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Can't
Like,
tell you
why
how
you
many
carry that
swap
around?
meets I went
Well,
to.
it looks
and-
cool.
How
get $1
expensive were these wallet chains?
Oh, they weren't. You probably get them $40-$50.
Yeah.
The
Like,
problem is that you're talking about the 90s when we were all in high school.
yeah.
So, it was
You
40
saved up,
bucks for the wallet, 50 bucks for the chain. So,
but you never had $1 in it.
but you never had anything
Nobody
in
had
it.
credit cards,
Yeah.
debit cards, nothing.
You might have topped out at a $20 bill because your mom gave you money on Monday
'Cause you
for
were gonna-
lunches at school.
Yeah.
I
Either that or it was you were getting dropped off at the mall in the morning and you had 20 bucks to make it all day.
Yeah.
I had a condom in there that's been in there for 4 years and rolling papers just in case.
Yeah.
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 God,
And
the
then-
90s sound fucking awesome.
The
man.
90s were
The
awesome.
90s were great. Dude. The 80s sucked ass. The 90s were
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like,
Or all of those tracksuits that you could buy from Puma that were slightly fuzzy.
almost not
The
quite a
Italian
velour,
mobster suits.
not
Yeah.
quite a velour,
Yeah.
but borderline velour.
Yeah. Yeah. You
It was like the crushed velvet.
Yeah, well, and once you washed it once, it just had all those balls everywhere.
You felt like the seats out of like an 88 Buick Regal.
Goddamn right.
Yep, fucking nailed it. Which is also what your older brother probably drove.
Totally.
Or Dodge Dynasty.
I started.
Holy shit! I forgot about the Dodge Dynasty.
Classic, an American classic.
That is
right there.
quite literally what Laura drove when I was in high school. Was a Dodge Dynasty. That's what I used to get dropped off at the mall in. Was her Dodge Dynasty.
Fuck yeah, mom.
Fucking
My aunt-
rocked that Dodge
My
Dynasty.
Aunt Norma drove a Dodge Dynasty.
Let me guess. In that weird gray silver color.
No, she had the peach one.
Oh shit! I've never.
The peach and tan
That
one.
was legendary.
Did you-
'Cause
Yeah.
I
you guys
only
remember-
ever saw that weird. It was like, is that just shiny primer? Like I don't.
Weirdly enough, when I met Haley,
Dodge Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
remember
She
when
had-
Ford did the escort hatchbacks to make them look like the Mustangs?
Yes.
Yeah. And you see, you're like, oh.
the fastback escort, which means two things.
Yeah.
So double entendre.
Ooh,
Yeah.
quick little mini debate before
The
we get out of
90s,
here,
man.
boys.
Like, do you remember Gadzooks?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
God, I miss the 90s.
The 90s were fucking, it's simpler time.
It was great.
It was pre-internet, man.
It was fucking awesome.
It was great. Yeah.
Quick little masturbate before we get out of here. Give me one thing you fucking love about the 90s.
Pagers.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Pagers
Wow.
were cool.
There was,
Yeah,
a, there was a
pages were
whole
dope.
different form of communication with a pager.
Dude, it was awesome.
You could have full blown conversations, everything.
But if you said fucking 911, you better fucking call that person.
Yeah.
And if you called a 911 page and they were like, "Hey, what's up?"
No.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck off.
You're a
Never
piece of
again.
shit. You just
Never
ruined
again.
my whole day.
Yeah.
my first pager was the one that had the fucking speaker where they would call and leave a message and it would beep, 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 and they would say your message out loud. So it was always like my mom going, "Get the fuck home for dinner." And it'd be like, I'd be hanging out with my boys trying to act hard and beep, 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 get the fuck home. It was like this fucking big. It was huge, man. Like, yeah.
I used to have to hide my pager from my parents
Yep.
because they didn't want me to
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, you can page me and I can,
Yep.
I should be able to call you. And I'm like, no, that's not how this
And
works
they were,
anymore.
if you signed up for one, you could get the pager for 99 cents.
Yep. And it was like $4.99 a month.
And there
That
was $4.99 for the
That was the
pager.
clear Motorola ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
because then what you do is there used to be these kiosks in the mall, and you'd go and it would just be all the different colored cases. Some of them had patterns, some of them
Yep.
were see-through,
Yep.
like all the stuff. And you take your pager because everybody had the same pager, unless you were really high dollar, and then you had the one that was in that holster, so it slid out, but the clip
And
stayed
it
on
was
your pocket.
sideways?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you went like that, so you had more text. Everybody else just had the clip with the top, that Motorola one.
Mhm.
And you'd take it to them, and you'd buy like a new case for like $6.99.
Yep.
And they'd break out this little mini drill and go neat, neat, neat. They'd unscrew it, take it apart, put it in the new case.
And you're like, ooh.
And it was like,
and then you
ooh,
put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody just had like, dude, my jeans, like, like
It was worn out.
they're just worn out from the clip.
Yep.
Like, I had my knife over here, and over here was the fucking.
And then back
Clip.
when wide leg carpenter jeans were a thing, and you'd slide it in that carpenter pocket on the right
Yeah.
leg,
Yeah,
it's fit perfectly in there.
Yep.
That's the
So
plot-
just the clip would show, so you were subtly showing everybody that, yep,
I have a pager.
I've got a pager.
it's the pliers pocket.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right
it would
there.
fit right in there. But you wouldn't just shove it all the way in. You'd put the clip over.
Yeah.
And especially if you had a colored case, because then it's let everybody's like, not only do I have a pager, I changed the case
I
on
know.
it.
It's like, holy fuck. Yeah. It's like, dude, that's $7.
Yeah, it was like,
Was it way better hitting someone with a page me instead of call me?
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, because if it was call me, they have to call your house number, which your parents answered.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you knew you were like that person was cool if they gave you their pager number.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, I got his pager number. Oh shit. You're on the level. Got it. It was like,
But
it was-
nobody could remember their pager number, so
Yeah.
almost everybody's pager on the clip
Had their number.
had a like a label maker that had the number on the fucking
Yep.
clip.
Yep.
Oh fuck!
Wow.
Better days, man.
Right?
You know what I miss?
What's that?
Nokia 918 and unlimited service for $35 a month.
You know that your Nokia 918 is still fully charged.
Yes.
Like, it still has a full battery.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
You
And you still
can't break
and you
it.
still haven't beat Snake.
My 918 fell off of a second story roof, hit the ground, and my buddy called me and it started ringing. So I had to climb down the ladder to answer the fucking thing.
I believe it.
Mine fell all the way down one of those the steel and concrete like poured steps. All the way,
Yeah.
and it hit like every step on the way down.
Yep.
I got down there, one little corner had like a ding in it.
I was
Yeah,
rappelling,
was
I
it-
was rappelling and mine fucking fell off a mountain.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and with
Just fine.
the flame background had the, very
Yeah.
similar to
Yeah.
that
The
shit.
case,
snap-on
back when you
case?
could change all the
Yeah.
cases.
Yep.
Because they had the clip on cases.
Yep.
But
Fucking
yeah, that snapped
Man.
around it, and then
Yeah.
they had those weird urethane like peel ones that you could like. It just stuck to everything in your pocket. And you pulled it out, and they're just covered in lint.
yeah.
God,
Yep. So
I miss this. I literally miss. Probably not so much anymore.
I miss the smell of the exhaust of the vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very distinct.
Trans fats. I miss trans fats.
Oh, you
Seriously.
can still find those.
Yeah, you can, but not in quantities like that. Like McDonald's tasted better, for instance.
I
in
miss the
90s.
old McDonald's nuggets.
Yeah. Yes.
I miss
I
them.
That is
didn't
the-
care what was in them.
Dude,
Andrew and I
didn't
were
care.
talking about that yesterday when we went to HEB because
When they
last-
did the whole we're all white meat nuggets, I'm like, no.
the last time
they
I
were
w-
so good.
the last time I went to Kuwait,
They have the old nuggets.
It tasted like it did in the fucking 90s. And I was like, oh,
Because
this
they
is
were probably
awesome.
frozen nuggets from the 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't give a shit. It was delicious. It brought me instantly back. They had fucking non-biodegradable styrofoam containers for my quarter pounder. Like everything. It was
Yeah.
like walking into a fucking 1993 fucking McDonald's. It was the best. I was
You know what
like,
I miss?
Dude.
I miss the big megaplex movie theaters that were inside malls.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, being able to go
So it was like-
fuck around in the mall.
It was
for,
like the food court, and then in the middle of the food court was like the entry to the fucking movie theater.
It
And
looked
then
like
so-
Ripley's Believe It or Not, except it was all theaters in there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and then you'd fucking so you could fuck around in the mall all day, and
Yeah.
your buddies knew that you were all going to see like the fucking Matrix at 8:30, and you were fucking so
I miss cruising too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Cruising was fun. That was how you picked up bitches. That was how you made friends.
And
You
it was
just
also
fucking
everybody knew like
cruised.
the stop spots on the cruise.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't know where your friends were,
Just go to a spot.
you went to one of the spots and the circle was going to hit it at some point, and then everybody was going to be like, "Oh, what's up?" And then you just joined, and that's how it went. Yeah, I
Yeah.
miss that.
The cruise was cool, man.
Mhm.
I also miss
Cruise was
garage
cool.
concerts when everybody thought they could fucking play.
We all were in
So
fucking
that
garage
you-
bands.
Yeah, so
What was
I
the name
was.
of your garage band?
Consolation prize.
Neptune.
Yeah.
We were a Nirvana cover band.
Yeah,
So
we all
who-
thought we were punk, so we just did like covers.
Nirvana and No Effects.
we did fucking covers of like fucking Blink and MXPX and shit
Sure.
like that. Because if you knew 3 power chords, you could play every song in their fucking
Speaking of that, you guys
Yeah.
seen that concert they're doing in Vegas, I think?
yeah.
Blink 182, the
Y'all-
reunion one.
Y'all seen ticket prices on that?
No, I haven't looked. I really don't want to go see a whole bunch of middle-aged people try to relive their
Where
fucking
are
teens
you?
again.
And
Like,
I'm
no.
so sorry.
Yeah, but
no,
didn't one of them quit to go fucking chase UFOs or whatever the fuck?
probably.
But there's like
I met
40
those
or
guys at
50
a-
bands.
I met those guys at a party once. They were cool as shit.
See, I think it's fake again.
Huh.
Like they were gonna do that one that MCR was supposed to be the headline, and then like every other fucking band from that era was coming back to do this fucking super festival.
Yeah.
And then they found out that it was bullshit. It was supposed to be this 3-day festival.
It's like Firefest.
Yeah, but no, it was like a company that put on like a Fire Fest, and they owed like $22 million to this other one. So they did this thing, and somewhere in the clause of the ticket said no refunds, and they took that money to pay the old debt. And there's like this huge fucking thing because all these bands came out and they were like, we are not booked for this. Like, I know we're all over the posters,
Oh.
but we're not booked for this fucking concert.
I do remember
This
that.
one's real. Blink-182 has all their dates on the website.
Yeah, so
They're coming to
looking-
Austin, aren't they?
They're coming to Dallas, Austin, Houston, the whole
Yeah.
nine.
The problem is that looking back on it, they sucked back then. Now they're just old and gonna suck.
I mean, Travis Barker is a hell of a drummer. I think he would have been better with a better band.
I'm not doubting Travis Barker's skill. I'm saying
Sure.
the band.
Like, well, it's just that genre was pop punk. It was bullshit pop punk.
Yeah.
You know, and like anybody who was like a punk rocker from before fucking hated it. Like I used to go to like Anti-Flag shows and No Effects, Rancid, fucking MXPX. You know, Blood for Blood back in the day. I'm
Fucking
sure you're
MXPX.
well versed in. You know, like
Slowly Going the
Dropkick,
Way
you
of the
know,
Buffalo
like,
is one of the best albums ever written.
fucking A, dude. Guttermouth.
Yep.
Fucking gut. Like I used to like. I mean, we would go to like these obscure fucking punk shows that were obscure to the most people, but they were like that was life, right? And you would go there to beat up fucking Nazis. It was cool. You just find skinheads and fucking, hey, dude, you gotta go. They'd be like, fuck you. Be like, all right, game on. And the whole fucking bar would fuck that
Because
dude
they'd
up.
show up with fucking red laces and
Yep.
shit, and everybody knew who they were.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it was almost like you were just checking motherfuckers' shoes,
that's what it was.
and it was like Vans, okay, Etnies, good. Who's this fucking guy in the boots? It
Well,
was
docs
like-
were fine.
Docs
Were fine. But if
Yeah.
you had red laces in the docks,
Gotta go.
then it was, yeah.
Yep. I always like the sharp guys, the
God, I miss
skinheads
the
against
90s.
racial prejudice. Like they were all like Mexican dudes and shit. They would be the first ones to fuck skinheads up.
I miss the 90s.
Yeah.
And drugs weren't scary back then. They were all clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fentanyl wasn't a thing. Yeah.
No.
No, even that. If somebody had fucking paper and shit on them too, you were like, yeah, it's fine. Like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it's fine. It's acid. It's just got a little bit of Drano in it. It's like, what the
It's
fuck?
cool. I got it from my neighbor. He made it in his bathtub.
Yeah. And it's like, no.
I made white blotter one time. Remember you could buy the fucking morning glory seeds out of the back of High Times?
Yep.
I made that
God, I
shit
miss
once.
the 90s.
How much were like concert tickets back then?
I don't know, $1?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah, it depended
really?
on the show.
Yeah.
It really did, like smaller shows, 15, 20, pretty
Yeah.
normal. I
Yeah.
remember I went to this thing called Edge Fest 5 in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1999. And the headliner was Limp Bizkit, and this one when Nookie came out. It was Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, and Smash Mouth were the three big ones. But,
How
like,
many red hats were there?
Oh, a sea of them. A sea of red hats. It was like a MAGA fucking show. It was MAGA before MAGA was a thing, man.
Fred Durst just yelling random shit.
Just whining random shit. Yeah. Just fucking, well, no, you don't know. I mean, no, you can't run.
I'm here for the hot dog flavored water.
What the fuck?
Bruh.
Yeah. But that one was like, that was like $50. Was like the
Yeah.
most I'd ever paid.
Yeah, I saw Motley Crue, Megadeth, and Anthrax in Houston for $40 a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I saw.
I
I
used
went.
to get lawn seats for Ozfest for like $20.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, Ozfest was cheap.
Yeah.
It, like,
I won a T-shirt at Ozfest they had a punching bag machine, and I got the highest score on. It was a Saturday. It was like a 3-day Ozfest, but it was the highest score for Saturday in Phoenix.
That was a weird flex, but
It was. It was so weird. Like I was getting ready to go, and I walked by. I'm like, "Hey, my score is still the highest." He's like, "Actually, it is." I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
get my t-shirt.
Yeah.
I remember going to those concerts, and the concert t-shirts were more expensive than what I paid for the
Yeah.
ticket.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's because they made all their money in merch sales.
Well, that was the model. Just
Speaking
get
of
them
merch,
there.
go to redactedsupply.com.
Get our shit.
Do you think there's any modern day bands that would have a following like Blink or Limp Bizkit or Kid Rock?
I don't know. So I remember
I don't know. I'm not going to lie.
if we could find this person, I would like to know how she's doing. But I remember at that same show in 1999, I saw a chick who was an attractive young female, but she had a fucking tramp stamp that said Good Charlotte. And I would like to know how your life's going. 23 years later, I'd like to know where you're at.
I know some people that had like the MXPX, the punk head from MXPX.
Yeah.
I know people that had that tattooed and shit like that, but that one actually doesn't bug me as much, like as like a Good Charlotte tattoo.
Right? Fucking lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
They were around for like 3 years.
Yeah. This chick had a fucking, and I don't mean like a little one. It was a full crosser back Good Charlotte fucking tramp stamp. And I was just like, I remember even then I saw it, I was like, huh. And I was 17 and I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
you have made a decision.
yeah.
And I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm with it.
The 90s were fucking great. God damn it. It was so good.
I don't know. How about you, Dave?
What?
Oh, you said it already. You said cheap concerts, right?
What?
What was your favorite thing in the 90s?
Holy TBI, Batman.
Wow, buddy.
What was it?
The 918 and $35
Oh, that's right. The
unlimited
Nokia.
service.
Yeah.
No,
Cell phone
like-
service.
Dude, I liked all this shit.
yeah.
It'd be hard. See, you asked for one
I was
thing,
about
and
to
we're just
say-
like all the way down this rabbit hole.
What's one thing you don't miss from the 90s? Maybe that's easier.
HPV. I'm not wrong. All right, that shit was eradicated in the 90s.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, what's fuck?
Oh, it's also goofy shit that I miss. Like, I liked being able to go to the terminal to say hi to people when they landed from an airplane.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah. You could go to the gate.
You could bring your pocket knife on a fucking plane.
Yeah. You
I
could
miss
like
that shit.
walk to the gate though, and they'd see a loved one. And it was humanity at its fucking finest.
It was beautiful. People would come off the plane. and
Big
just be like,
hugs.
big
everyone's
hugs,
happy.
huge, walking around, holding each other in the mall. And
Yeah.
then, fuck,
Yep.
miss that shit.
That was cool.
Yeah.
What don't I miss about the 90s? Clinton?
God, imagine never knowing what it's like to go through an airport without security.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because we were 4. I mean, like, you have no memories of. You flew.
I have memories
flew
of going
before
through
it.
with
But
security.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'll ever experience that.
I genuinely feel bad for people that don't know what a pre 9/11 world is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what
Yeah.
I don't miss? Giant TVs.
Oh, yeah. The rear
I had
projection
one that's the
TVs.
size of the
So,
fucking
yeah,
swamp
right.
cooler.
The rear projection
So
TVs.
I don't make big screens like
anything
that.
anything with a tube.
Right. I'm talking about even like if you didn't have a big screen.
Like the
I'm talking
20-inch
like
RCA was fucking
even-
heavy as
Yeah.
shit.
even that 32 or 39
the
inch TV
32-inch
that most
RCA
people
was
had in
60
their
fucking pounds.
yeah. And it was like, oh fuck, I have to
And the
move.
box
And it
that
was-
thing came in.
And
Holy fuck,
how
that was
fucking
big.
expensive they were.
Yeah, they were
'Cause I remember I used to
insanely
have
expensive.
a big fuck off like 60-inch, which in reality was like 8 feet wide, like 6 feet deep,
Yep.
and 5 feet high.
Yeah, if you had a small apartment, most of it was TV.
and only had good picture in the middle.
Right? But it shit the bed one day.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to get it fixed or get a new one, because they're ungodly expensive, I got a little 32-inch. Well,
Put
not
it on
little,
top.
and I put it right on top.
Yep.
And the best part is it was like that for like 2 years, and not a single person
Said anything.
said a fucking word.
No,
Everyone
because
just
they
walked
had-
in and like, "Oh, TV's broken." Yeah, I
They
feel you,
had
bro.
the same
But that's
problem.
it. They didn't say
They had
anything.
the same issue.
It's not today where you can get a
And you couldn't-
65-inch TV,
And it
for
wasn't even like, I'm
250
going to get rid of
bucks.
it. Because it was like,
No,
fuck, I spent $2,000 on that TV.
somebody
I'm going
might
to get it
fix it.
fixed.
You know what
I
I
just
not.
need a tube, man.
You know what I don't miss? I don't miss CD players.
I do.
I don't miss
Yeah.
them. I don't miss carrying around fuck tons of CDs.
No, because I miss getting in the car.
Flipping through your
Yep,
binder.
and pulling out
Goddamn
my
right.
big faux leather fucking binder
Right. Sure.
and unzipping that bitch.
You know,
Or when you had the passenger
like I don't miss
and then
that.
just
though.
You know what
flexing
I
on a
do miss?
motherfucker and just dropping your fucking 500 disc
Right.
binder in their lap and being like, you can DJ.
You know
and
what
just
I do
let
miss?
them go through your
because
collection.
it is a genuine gift, and all it costs is pretty much time. Is when either you make it for somebody or somebody else makes you
Mixtape.
a burnt CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
they had to put
Dude, that was
thought
that was
into
that was a one-way ticket to Pussy Town too, man. If you
Hell
made,
yeah,
if
it
you made a
was.
solid mixtape or a
Yeah.
solid mixed burn CD,
Yep.
dude.
I had a pre-made playlist.
Oh, we all
Yeah.
did.
You
We
just
all had those.
Pre-made, you'd burn that new CD, and the first one every time. Every fucking disc that I give them, Lone Star Amazed.
Okay.
That was the first song on the fucking CD.
And it's so funny because
Brian Adams, anything I do for you.
Lone Star Amazed. It made panties fall off.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah. Fuck.
God, what a fucking
You-
great time.
You
God,
know,
I miss the 90s.
you know what I really miss about the 90s? The 90s action movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just movies in the 90s.
Well,
Not
yes.
even action, just movies.
The best
Yeah.
part about the action movies is nobody called out the bullshit.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it wasn't real. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah,
It's not
right?
like movies nowadays are like, oh my God, that he didn't even shoulder his rifle. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I
It's a
also
movie.
miss
Nobody
the
gave a
movies
shit.
back
Oh,
then.
it's Arnold with an M60. Shut your fucking mouth.
And they didn't need to be 3 hours long because I don't need
Yeah.
a 2-hour backstory before you give me the story. That shit just started hot. It was like first
Yeah.
30 seconds, 9 bodies have blown up, and this motherfucker's rappelling off the Eiffel Tower. And I'm like, yep, that guy.
And we're in it.
Those guys did some fucked up shit, and that's the hero. So this is gonna be a great movie.
How do you know those are the bad guys? They're black and wearing masks. They're like,
It's because the other guy is Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's how I know.
yeah, they're in all black and they've got masks on. Those are the bad dudes. I don't give a fuck about their backstory. Like,
And some of the most terrific one-liners you'll ever
hell
find.
yeah.
Dude,
yes,
I'll be back.
Right.
Collateral with Schwarzenegger. Hey, Bennett, let off some steam.
yeah.
This is fucking great.
Fucking
With a chainmail shirt.
John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, face
Face
off.
off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I want to
I
take
want to
his
take
face
his face
off.
Bro, you just said the title of the movie in a line.
Yep.
Peaches. I could eat a peach for hours.
It's like the creepiest thing ever. I remember hearing dudes try to use that line.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, I feel gross.
Yeah.
I still think that line single-handedly started ass eating season.
Oh, probably.
Fucking
Yeah.
Because some
God.
sick motherfuckers like, you know what? I'm gonna give that a shot.
The 90s were amazing. The 90s were amazing. I also miss those fucking point and shoot cameras that everybody had.
Oh,
yeah.
They're called Polaroids.
No, not the Polaroids. the disposables.
Yeah.
That your friend group.
I found a box full of them, and I'm
You
honest,
should just drop them at Walmart.
I'm scared to fucking see what's on those.
Do it just to see the judgment on the person from the Walmart counter.
I have a question on specifically that topic. I like to walk around with my camera, and some of the looks that I get from people is like I'm a fucking weirdo. Was that a thing back then?
No, so you have your
Fucking
friend group,
everybody had a camera.
and it wasn't that everybody had one. So what it would be is like your friends were going out for the weekend,
Somebody had one.
and you'd coordinate it, right? Where it's like your little pod of people were going to hang out all weekend. You didn't know what you were going to do. You were just hanging out. Like
Yeah.
it was just, so somebody would bring one, and they were like $5. You'd pick it
Yeah.
up. It came in a little fucking rip pack. So you'd rip it open and the camera's on the inside.
You gotta crank it like
And
a
then
thousand
you
times.
crank it to get it
till it gets
started.
the first one.
And then it would go click.
And you got to fucking push the little
So-
button on the front and let it go.
Yeah, to get the flash. For the flash to charge up. So you had to charge the flash. And then you take the picture. So every picture you ever took in that thing was overexposed. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Dead of night, overexposed.
Yeah.
But it was cool. So everybody had one and it just got passed around. And then eventually it would fill up. And then
And you have to wind it 45 times again.
yeah. And then you go drop it off and like
It was $3.99 to get it developed.
Yep.
Yeah, and like 2
used
weeks
to be,
later, you go pick up
drive-through
your thing.
ones too. You could
Yeah.
drive through and drop them off. And if you knew the dude that worked at the fucking thing, which I did, it was a buddy of mine.
You would actually get all your pictures back.
Yeah, because if you had anything questionable in there, a lot of times they wouldn't give them back to you.
Nope.
yeah.
Oh, blatant
Or-
violation of privacy, man.
Or if you're out,
and my
you
buddy
know,
who worked there had a lot of dirt on a lot of motherfuckers.
because you'd be out having a good time and suddenly tits would come out or something, or
And-
somebody would sneak off to some room to try and fuck, and you'd open the door and just be like click, and so
you
you'd
don't
like
even
have a
look. You
picture.
just open a door and you just push the camera in. You
Yeah,
go, tink, and you shut
and
the
then-
door.
Yep.
And so, yeah, but you wouldn't get them back. All of a sudden, like those cameras were like 24 exposures. You'd
Yeah,
get like
24.
19 pictures back.
Yeah.
It was like
And-
But you would get your negatives, back, and you could look on the negatives and be like, like holding them up and shit.
I miss those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
After I got
fuck, I love the 90s.
after I got out of the military, I carried a little Kodak digital camera everywhere I went when I went out.
Yeah.
Because I would get so drunk I'd forget everything that I did. And then I look at all the pictures the next day and be like, I had a fucking great night.
Yeah. Well, now we have phones for that.
I know.
Yeah. And now
I
the-
miss those little ratchet camera selfies and shit too, because you'd have people that you'd be sitting on some fucking basement couch. Somebody would plop down and just hold that bitch out. You have no,
No
idea.
idea.
What it was going to look like.
yeah, you didn't have the, oh, let me see. Ew, take it again. Ew,
Nope.
None of that. It was
Just
it was
ended up
one
with it.
shot, one kill. And if you looked like dog shit, sorry, bitch.
And almost
you looked like
everybody's
dog
face
shit.
was this.
Yeah.
All
Because
of my
the flash
Because the
hit.
flash
flash
burns your
hit.
eyes. What the fuck?
It was either this or it was this with demon eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. If,
Oh,
you
yeah.
if you looked in the flash, it was just like, oh, you look like the omen.
Because you couldn't fix red eye back then.
No.
huh?
Well, you could,
But you
but
didn't
that
even
was
know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had no idea.
All
Yeah.
of my pictures from Iraq are on disposable cameras. Yep. I had a digital camera, and then We weren't even in country for fucking 3 weeks.
And the battery shit the bed.
No, the first firefight I got into, we were fucking hauling ass to get cover, and it disappeared. I was like, well, fuck.
Or we all had that one friend that had the computer and their dad did something decent for a living. So they actually had like internet time, and you'd have like 7, 8, 9 high schoolers in a room with one fucking CRT monitor surfing the web looking at shit or downloading new shit off LimeWire because you wanted every virus known to man on
You
your
had
computer.
1 gigabyte of RAM.
Just be like, it's cool. I can get the album. We'll have it in 17 hours.
I feel
It's like, this is
the
gonna be
dial-up porn where the picture just slowly
In
loaded.
lines, yep.
You're like, oh, fuck yeah! Look at those tits.
I remember I went into the library at school because somebody told me that if you typed in Jenny McCarthy in capital letters, she popped up naked. And can confirm that was true. Also can confirm that they did not understand how the internet worked back then, and they couldn't track anything. So we were all just like 8 years old, 9 years old, just like, look at that. And, I don't know, maybe a little older.
I fucking loved the 90s.
Yeah. It was just easy. Simpler time, man. Simpler time.
A lot more joy back then.
Don't get me wrong. Like some of the creature comforts we have today, fucking love it. You know what I mean? The fact that,
Oh, absolutely.
you know, there's so much opportunity now, and just it's crazy to think of, but
Especially in a very short period of time, how much it's changed. But,
oh yeah, dude.
um,
Last 20 years. Look at that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, the 90s were awesome.
I mean,
People were more decent back then too.
yeah. Yeah. You knew where you stood with people. People were a lot more honest
Right.
because there was no screen to hide behind. You know, if you talk shit about somebody and they heard about it fucking from someone else,
It's game on.
well, now you're going to fight. And don't get me wrong, you'll probably be friends afterwards, but you're
People
going to
were-
fucking fight.
Also, we have all the information in the world, and somehow people were still more aware of what was going on in the world back then.
Yeah. Because we didn't have fuck all, man.
Well, there also just wasn't all of the information distraction now.
Yeah.
Like back then, it was like everybody knew what was going on because
That's
that was the only thing that got talked about other than like,
Yeah.
hey, did you fucking see Bobby last night? He was fucked up. Like, that was the whole conversation.
It was like, what was in Newsweek this week? Oh,
Well, I feel like there was just a lot less fluff. Nowadays, it's like everything's in the news. You can get distracted by
Well-
fucking entertainment, blah, 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 like the whole nine. Back then,
The
it was
thing about
just
that is
need to know.
somebody started thinking that they had to have a 24-hour news cycle. Like when we were growing up, it was
News at
Walter
9.
Cronkite or Tom Brokaw, and this is the news. It's 30 minutes. Then you get 30 minutes of local news.
Yep.
And
if
then
you
you're
wanted
done.
if you wanted the deep dive, you watched 60 Minutes, and they were
Yeah.
all little mini documentaries. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you didn't have 24-hour
don't.
news where they
Fucking
just did
dogs
nothing
into
but beat
burrs.
the shit out of everything all the time. And yeah.
The 90s were awesome.
Yeah.
so there you go. So anyways, kids, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. That'll get you a sweet 15% off. Dave, as always, thank you for fucking filling in.
Indubitably.
Go to owellness.us. Check those guys out, man. That freeze gel. Take it from a guy who's always fucking in pain and a guy who's currently doing carpet. I'm surprised you don't smell minty from here. So
Yeah.
that shit's amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. Go to owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order. And of course, Icy Tech coolers for those who get it. Go to icytech.com. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That'll get you 10% off. But I'll raise my can of Coke Zero
I am out of all beverages.
and
so
just say
I'm
thanks
here
for
in
being
spirit.
my freedom friends. Cheers, boys. Cheers. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends.
Damn right. So whether you're being nostalgic about the 90s or, I don't know, just shit talking Lizzo, I do that occasionally. Fucking, this is the Freedom Friends. 3 little things, nice and easy to do. Dave, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
Jazz?
Drink on.
And God damn it, kids.
Freedom the fuck
on. Better.